Welcome to Wade into Activism, a 60-day event against gender-based violence through art and conversation produced by WADE. WADE, an acronym for Wandering Avian Dance Experience, is a diverse and inclusive art organization committed to our mission of providing a multidimensional platform consisting of training, performing, producing, and activism. The company is born out of 10 years of research as Toscana Dance Hub International and is dedicated to upholding and fighting for the inalienable human rights of all women.
We are joining the Unite to End Violence Against Women campaign organized by the UN that takes place from November 25th, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, through December 10th, Human Rights Day, under the theme, Orange the World, Generation Equality Stands Against Rape.
The UN Women Campaign invites us in galvanizing actions around the world to take a stand against sexual violence in all contexts and spark a global conversation about what it will take to prevent and end rape.
We condemn the violence and systemic oppression of all femme-identifying individuals. Violence born out of patriarchy, which is taught generation after generation in all corners of the world and reinforced by family, community, and cultural silence in regards to different levels of gender-based violence.
For this reason, we are including men in our conversations. Our inclusive approach means to offer different definitions of masculinity, investigate how masculinity and femininity are constructed, and understand the deep-rooted, learned cultural behaviors that lead to gender-based violence.
We look at the experience of violence through the eyes of women artists. Violence as sexual abuse, underage prostitution and trafficking, emotional manipulation, reproductive rights, erasure and intersectionality between identity and power. Each woman speaks her truth unapologetically through her medium, dance, film, poetry, or hybrid forms.
We are deeply grateful for the trust these exceptional women and men have placed on our platform and for their generous contribution of time and talent.
We are expecting the works or the conversations to feel uncomfortable at times. This is the nature of a platform that invites us to delve into inequalities so deeply rooted in all our systems.
As a community, we acknowledge that there is value in discomfort in order to move forward.
We actively engage in the important work of anti-violence and personal bias analysis.
We honor the knowledge and experience of others.
We respect each person regardless of how they identify.
We will remain patient and compassionate with ourselves as we remain open to continued learning.
Feel free to post comments or questions on our page, and one of us will get back to you.
And thank you for joining us.
I am so honored to be here and to support this event, this very important event. My name is Elizabeth Parkinson, and I am a dancer and an artist living in Connecticut. I am excited to support WADE's in the 16 days of activism against rape and any form of violence against women and children, young girls. This year has been such a difficult year for so many people. And it's been a time to really recollect and reorder. I think this is such a great opportunity to come together as human beings and really in this safe space sort of discuss and redefine our notions of masculinity and manhood. Violence against women really cements toxic patriarchy, and it is such an important subject matter. It's an important thing to conquer. And let's not forget about the intersection between violence against women and violence against the LGBTQ community. I think that it's important to create these safe spaces for communication. And I really love and applaud this event, that you can come together and explore in a non-judgmental way the deeply rooted cultural behaviors that lead to this kind of violence, sort of learned behavior. How do we restructure that? I'd like to send my heartfelt support to survivors of violence and anyone who is currently in a situation of violence, and to let you know that we all stand in solidarity with you. It is more important than ever that we tackle these problems, and I'm also a firm supporter of Black Lives Matter. This is a time to drop judgment, to listen, to open up our minds, our ears, and our hearts, and to make this world a better place. Thank you so much for inviting me to come and speak. This is what artists do. We come together and we create community and we solve problems.
Kingdom Kweku is a Ghanaian artist, dancer, singer, musician, and educator. In my conversation with him, he speaks of his commitment of leading by example for young boys growing up in a continent that has been systematically stripped of its traditional culture. He talks of different types of violence perpetrated towards women and of the necessity to be present, engaged, show love, to teach the healing source of the arts, to promote gender equality, and create one human tribe.
Thank you, Yada. I'm grateful to be here to talk to you. It's an honor meeting you. Thank you very much. I lost my mom in '93, so everything went bad for me when I went to live with family. At the age of 13, 14, I was taking care of myself. I grew up in a bad condition. I'm one of the guys who go to bed with cloth in my mouth I always sleep with cloth in my mouth because I have saliva coming out of my mouth. I'm one of the guys who have stomach problem. I don't know whether it's stomach ulcer or whatever it is, but anything I eat in the morning, I'll throw out in the evening. I'm the guy who have strong headache, and whenever I want to have headache, I have blurred vision. So in that situation, and I was not living with my parents, I was living with my auntie and other people. So there was nothing like role model. There was no father around or nobody to be my role model. And when I was growing up, I was my own role model. I was my own inspirer. I encouraged myself. I think at a point, I thought I was not a human being because of the situation around me. Oh, wonderful. Dance is my life. I think my life depends on dance. Just that I didn't notice that when I was growing up from when I was young. But I remember in church, those days in church, I used to do drama, and I was one of the best guys who put up humor and people would laugh. I didn't know I was becoming a dancer until I started early 2000 professional dancing, when I realized that the potential in me is dancing, drumming and singing. Because I remember vividly that when I dance, people like it. People will always say something nice and say my energy is big and my smile is beautiful when I'm dancing. And people always say that. So that alone was what held me, hold me, gave me courage. And that was where people liked me, because apart from dancing, I don't know what I would have been doing by now. And dancing have healed me. Dancing have shaped me a lot. Dancing has brought me the joy that nothing else in this world can do to me. When I dance my heart out, and I feel so great dancing. The joy I feel in dancing is what is keeping me alive and what is keeping me where I am today. When I start teaching schools, drumming and dance, the way the kids run towards me, they all hug me, they want to touch me, they want to mention my name. I mean, I do programs for schools, and school owners will come and congratulate me and say, oh, wow, this is wonderful. I mean, it just makes me happy. Thank you. This is a very good question, because I have been working with children over a decade now and understand the patterns. And this is how it works. Most of the boys, when they are at certain age, they don't have a problem dancing. And when they are at certain age, they have problem dancing. And one thing I've noticed is that whenever there's culture dance or any dance, you have more girls involved than boys. In fact, there are some of the schools I teach where I started with both boys and girls, and then all of a sudden, all the boys just stop dancing. They don't want to dance. They feel shy. They don't want to dance. But the girls don't feel shy. They still go on stage and dance. So I think that, as you said, boys, as they grow, I don't know the problem, but I think society is not helping the boys to understand that dancing or drumming or singing is part of them. I think that instead of modernizing, we westernize everything, and it's becoming a problem. But for me, Kingdom, if I'm a dance tutor in your school, the boys are going to dance, because the humor, the excitement, the love will make you want to dance. And the only way we can make our boys know that or be better people in the future is to impact our tradition into them. So impacting our love, our tradition through our act into them is something that we all have to do. And I lead by example. I lead by example, by training them through our drama, storytelling, and explaining the importance of our dance and why we should be dancing to them. Yeah.
What do you think? What is the age when the boys start to feel uncomfortable about dancing? What age is that?
When they are getting to the adolescent age, they try to get shy. Some of them get along, but when they are getting to the adolescent age, most of them I don't know for what reason, begin to see cultural dance as an old-fashioned stuff. They rather embrace hip-hop and any other Western culture than their own. I don't have problem if they embrace it, but I think that in everything you do, you have to embrace yours first, and then you can add other people or other thing to it. So when they are young, from age 3 all the way through to age 10, they're good to go. They are there, they want to dance. After age 12, then they feel like, you know, they want to do something else. I traveled to the northern region. That's where my daughter's mother hailed from. And when I went there, I was washing my baby's napkin and clothes and setting fire. And when I raised my head, I saw a lot of people surrounding me, watching me. And when I asked why, they said in that part of the region or town or tribe, men don't wash, men don't do what women do, men don't do all those stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I grew up also from the South. I'm a vegetarian, and men cook, men wash, men do stuff. So I think that this question have to do with tribe, ethnicity, and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that, I'm sorry to say this, but religion has been part of the reason why manhood in Africa or the world, men are dominant over women, and men are making women look less of a person. Because in every society you go where there's church, men are always leading. Even in our politics, men are leading. Everywhere you go, men are leading. In the mosque, the Muslims, men are always leading. Everywhere men are leading. So the perception, quote unquote, is that men are superior. They are the head of the family. So they take advantage of that, and then they do whatever they want to do, and there's no check and balances what men do. So there is no, you can see today that there are a lot of youth like myself who grew up without any parental guidance, and you ask yourself, what would they become tomorrow in the future when they don't have that? I have examples where in my community where you see youth around 14, 15 years of age, 16, 18, just sitting down in ghettos, talking about, you don't know what they're discussing and doing all these things. I mean, they will become fathers in future. And when they become fathers, what type of fathers are they going to become? And this is alarming, and this is something that the whole world have to look at and have to address. And then I think that manhood in Africa is not the right, it's not the best. Men are taking advantage of the situation. They are not connecting with their family. They are not connecting with their children. They can't even look into their children's eyes to tell them they love them. They don't know what's going on with the children, you know. And I think that from my point of view, it's not the best. It's not the best. Because I know I'm a good father. I know I'm the best father. I take care of my own daughter. I wipe her ass from when she was small till now. She can't sleep without me. She can't eat. My two children can't live without me. That's the type of love I've given them, the love, the security, the responsibility. I see few men doing this in Ghana. A lot of men leave all the burdens onto the women, and which is very bad. I think women's role in society is big. First of all, before I forget, let me mention Yaa Asantewaa, the warrior queen of Ghana who led the Ashanti Kingdom to war and won the war. And this is a clear example that women have been leading from time memorial. And then we have in New Zealand a woman president who is doing very good even in this midst of COVID-19. She has worked very good to follow the protocols. So women already are leaders. And I think that the women role in Africa, especially in Ghana, is to lead, is to make their family better. A woman is so important in family setting that if we take away women out of the family setting, there's nothing more. There's nothing more. If you empower the woman, you empower the whole nation, you empower the whole family. And I think that the role of women also is deviating a little bit because some of them are westernizing instead of modernizing. Most of women who want to work in the offices, and it's becoming a challenge. You know, we have different world, we are living in a different world. Africa is Africa, will forever remain Africa. So as much as women want to work in the offices, they have to think about their family. They have to secure their family. They have to make time for their family, their husbands. So when in this world today, the role of women is to bring together the family and make sure that everything works together for good. Our women are hard work, and I support them 100%, and I will forever support any woman any day. I can tell you that my own sister, husband used to beat her a lot. She one day came to us in a towel. And the reason is that she couldn't bear a male child. All her children, her 5 children, were female. And the man wants a male child. So the man keep beating my sister, my blood sister. And so she's getting divorced from the man because the man has not been taking care of the children. And the man, no, that's not the type of man we need. So she has taken care of her own children, and she's gone to court to be able to separate them for her to have her freedom. So this is one typical example that is coming from me, my family. I'm very good to any woman in my life, but the man who's supposed to be good to my sister is not good to my sister. My sister suffered with the man. They built their own house, but because she couldn't give birth to a male child, she's become the victim. And the man has been violating her, beating her every now and then. That's bad. That's something that I can't think, I don't know how to explain. I don't know why, but this has been happening in our homes here. And most women don't want to talk about it because they want to save their marriages. But I'm telling you what, because the Bible said for better, for worse. No, it's not for better, for worse. You don't have to die in your marriage. You don't have to die.
You don't.
You don't have to lose your eye. You don't have to lose your tooth. You don't have to lose a leg. No, that is not love. My suggestion and my idea would be we are having irresponsible men, fathers, and it's going to be difficult if we don't deal it from the head, from the fathers. If we don't get to the fathers. Because I don't live in all the kids I teach, I don't live in their homes. I don't know how their parents are raising them, but I can tell you that most of them are indisciplined. Most of the children are indisciplined. They don't know how to talk. And when they come to dance class, that's where I try to correct them and teach them all inclusiveness, because that's what they've been taught at home, and which is very bad. And if you have a system where parents don't have time for their children, there's nothing we can do. There's no amount of whatever we can do that can solve the problem unless parents take the responsibility. So you leave your children at home with television and you go to work, you leave work, you go to work at 5 a.m. Your children don't even see you going to work. And then you come back home at 10 p.m. Your children are sleeping before you come. How do you expect those children to be better fathers or better men in future? No. Parents must take responsibility. Churches must preach. Parents must take care of the children and show them the right way. People like me must lead by example in schools. How we speak, our code of dress, how we relate. My daughter is also a dancer. I teach in my daughter's school. I perform with my daughter everywhere I go. Every time I have opportunity to perform, my daughter perform alongside me. She understands what I do. She comes, she walk to me and tell me anything that's wrong with her. That's how I've bond with her. How many parents have bond with their children? No. So the problem is not the children. The problem is the parents. If you're not ready to raise a child, you don't have to bring a child to this world. So for me, this is a very big problem, and I've seen it in schools. And I think that we all have to raise our voices. Some schools just want the money. The tutors of the school, the owners of school just want to make money. They don't care what is going on. They don't care, and they're leading the children astray. And Ghana schools wants to westernize the culture. They want to destroy the culture through westernization instead of modernization. And I think that men are not being responsible. I will forever say this: men are not being responsible, which is very bad. And if I have a bigger platform, I would like us to talk about it again. Village of Peace is an idea that developed by the late leader Mauto Akpobi, who saw the need of creating a self-sustainable Pan-African village, which is the prototype moving the people, the indigenous people of Africa, into the future without compromising the beautiful African lifestyle. So the leader has been speaking about the village of peace for so many years, and some of us have the vision, have followed him with a vision. So his vision was that we can all live together as one family in the village of peace. And then he wants us to live peaceful with the wildlife, the environment, and even humans. And one of the vision was to promote, preserve, and continue traditional music and dance on that village of peace. There is no discrimination on the village of peace, whether there's a man or woman. It's a broader, let me use the word, all-inclusive village of peace, where you come with ideas. Whoever brings ideas, whether you're a man or woman, you're welcome. And then this village is seek to heal us, heal us and give us back our tradition, our cultures that we have been missing for so many years now. So the village of peace is not for a certain group of people, say male or female. It's for unisex, it's for everybody. And when you come to the village of peace, if I know how to cook, I will teach you how to cook. If I know how to swim, I'll teach you how to swim. If I know how to tap palm wine, I'll teach you how to tap palm wine. So that when I'm not there, you can do it. So you don't depend on me. So we all depend on ourselves to live and make the place a happy place. So I think it's a beautiful place, and I'm inviting you through this interview to come and experience it and experience the spirit of Africa.
I'm gonna come. I'm already planning. I want to come to the village of peace. It's beautiful. Thank you.
My mother was a single parent. My mother was single-handedly taking care of 9 children.
9?
9 children, yes. And my dad was not there. No, so when we say violence, violence is not only about hitting somebody, but you leave a woman with children and you expect her to take care of those children, their education, their well-being. Come on, that's the worst thing you can do. And my mother was one of the most hardworking women. People have cast spell to bring her down. People envy her. She took care of me. I have her blood in me. That's why I'm so loving. That's why I'm so loving. But if my dad is here today, I will tell my dad to apologize to my mom.
So your mom is your mentor. Your mom is your mentor then.
All right, because my mom is my mentor. Excellent. Excellent. You're right. Because my mom is hardworking.
The love and the giving you learn from your mom.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
There we
You're
go.
right. So my mom is, I just want to say small about my mom. I love her, and wherever she is, may her soul rest in peace. And Kingdom loves her so much. So much.
Oh,
Thank you, God.
that's so sweet because I'm a single mom too. I only have one son. I don't have 9, I have 1. But I'm raising him by myself. So it means a lot to hear that.